The year's best movies are now Oscar nominees.
Let's say no one wants to hear what a kid wrote last month.
Well, I like your songs.
These are yours, yes?
Yes.
Some of us are just different.
Bingo.
Hear from your favorite stars along the road to Oscar Sunday.
I just feel such a deep sense of gratitude.
It was a great feeling.
This is a big honor.
It just feels really rewarding.
Plus, changes for the Oscars telecast amid the LA wildfires? What new Oscar host Conan O'Brien is revealing.
This is an ever-evolving situation that we're in.
This is On the Red Carpet, and the nominees are...
Hello everyone, welcome to this special Oscar season edition of On the Red Carpet. Oscar Sunday is March 2nd, live on ABC, featuring first-time Oscar host Conan O'Brien. And we now know which of Hollywood's biggest stars will be walking the red carpet as nominees. Emilia Pérez has made Oscar history, nabbing 13 nominations, the most of any film this year, and the most ever for a non-English language movie. And its star, Carla Sofia Gascon, is now the first openly transgender performer to be nominated for an acting Oscar. Meanwhile, several of the year's biggest blockbusters like Inside Out 2, Dune Part 2, and Wicked earned Oscar nominations. And some of our favorite stars like Demi Moore, Kieran Culkin, Zoe Saldana, and Ariana Grande are now first-time Oscar nominees.
What? Sorry, one sec. What?
With Wicked and Emilia Pérez both up for Best Picture, it's the first time two musicals have competed for the Academy's top honor since 1968. And it's the first time ever 4 Latine actors have been nominated in the same year. Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here, Zoe Saldana for Emilia Pérez, and Monica Barbaro for A Complete Unknown.
I'm not the one you want, babe. I'm not the one you need.
Meanwhile, the star of A Complete Unknown, 29-year-old Timothée Chalamet, has become the youngest actor since James Dean to be nominated for Best Lead Actor twice.
If anyone is going to hold your attention on stage, you have to kind of be a freak.
You can be beautiful or you can be ugly, but you can't be plain.
Timothée Chalamet held everyone's attention in A Complete Unknown. The actor embodying music legend Bob Dylan, singing live and playing his own guitar and harmonica.
I stumbled on the side of 12 misty mountains.
At the premiere, Timothy and co-star Edward Norton told me how much it meant that Dylan himself was happy with the film.
Oh, a huge moment of affirmation, huge, because he's a man of few words. I've probably already said more words in this interview than he said his whole life. You know, take that moment of affirmation when you're a young artist, you're kind of jumping off a mountain. So when one of these greats looks down from the mountaintop and pats you on the back in some way, regardless of the movie, it was a great feeling.
Yeah, I was amazed he came down into the mortal plane, acknowledged our existence, and went back into the cloud.
Norton's nominated for his supporting performance as Pete Seeger. Monica Barbaro's nominated for playing Joan Baez.
I actually took her advice and tried to, step back a little bit and embrace my understanding of her and just try to get, a piece of her essence.
A Complete Unknown has 8 Oscar nominations in total, including Best Picture. It's also up for Adapted Screenplay, Costume Design, and Sound. Plus, Best Director for James Mangold, who was among many without power on nomination day due to the SoCal wildfires.
The gas company and the electric company had shut off power at my house, but I had a phone with one bar on it, and I got nudged to wake up at 5:30 and clicked on the phone with one bar and saw a sketchy YouTube of the announcement and honestly, I was surprised we got 8 nominations. I was really, of course, thrilled, and I was kind of like, really? Wow.
You're gonna be popular.
The immensely popular Wicked, which tells an alternative story about the Witches of Oz, scared up 10 Oscar nominations.
You're green.
I am.
Along with its Best Picture nod, the film's stars, Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, are nominated for Lead Actress and Supporting Actress. If she wins, Cynthia would become the youngest EGOT winner ever. This is the best time of your life, isn't it?
Yes, very much so. I feel very overwhelmed with gratitude and happiness, and I'm sort of floating a little bit, but it's quite lovely.
It's very surreal. I feel like I sound like a broken record, but I just feel such a deep sense of gratitude. I was so grateful to just do the work. Just being able to play Galinda was my dream.
Just you and I defying gravity.
Emilia Pérez is a different type of musical. It's an R-rated crime thriller about a cartel boss who goes through a gender transition and a transition of character.
No reconozco tu voz. ¿Solo mi voz?
Among its 13 nominations are a Best Picture nod and that historic nomination for Carla Sofia Gascon.
For me, the most important is the possibility to change a little this world.
Zoe Saldana, who plays Emilia Perez's morally conflicted lawyer, won her first career Golden Globe Award for the role, and as we mentioned, is now a first-time Oscar nominee for Best Supporting Actress.
I felt like I had already won when Jacques Audiard asked me to be a part of the film, and we're just really happy that people everywhere are basically wanting to remain curious and have more empathy for each other.
Emilia Pérez won Best Picture Musical or Comedy at the Golden Globes. Best Picture Drama went to The Brutalist, which has 10 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture and Best Actor for its star, Adrien Brody.
Tell me, why is an accomplished foreign architect shoveling coal here in Philadelphia?
I'm afraid it is not so simple.
Brody plays a brilliant architect and Holocaust survivor who seeks to build a new life in America. It's Brody's first Oscar nomination since winning Best Actor for The Pianist 23 years ago.
Unfortunately, it's taken a long time to find something as complex, a character that's such a complex protagonist with so much nuance, and a director that really gave me the space for that.
What do you think?
It's unusual, even for you.
Felicity Jones is nominated for her supporting work, as is Guy Pearce, his first career Oscar nomination.
The Pope is dead. The throne is vacant.
Conclave is another Best Picture contender, the film about the secretive election of a new pope, earning 8 Oscar nods, including Best Actor Ralph Fiennes.
The supervision of this election is a duty I never thought I'd have to perform.
Isabella Rossellini scored her first career Oscar nomination for Supporting Actress, Isabella making the most of her less than 8 minutes of screen time.
Although we sisters are supposed to be invisible, God has nevertheless given us eyes and ears. The character of Sister Agnes, playing a nun, had to be a powerful one, and I went to nun school, so I'm very aware of that power that nuns have.
Rossellini's mother, film legend Ingrid Bergman, won 3 Oscars in her career. If Isabella wins, they would become the first mother-daughter Oscar-winning duo. The other Best Picture nominees are Anora, which has 6 total nominations, Dune Part 2 and The Substance both have 5 nominations, I'm Still Here has 3, and Nickel Boys has 2. We'll see which of these 10 films wins Hollywood's most coveted prize, the Oscar for Best Picture, on Oscar Sunday, March 2nd, here on ABC.
Still ahead, hear from first-time Oscar host Conan O'Brien.
I'm an Oscar winner.
Well, not quite, Conan. Plus,
it was a very unique experience.
More favorite stars are now first-time Oscar nominees. And
it feels really beautiful.
Coleman Domingo joins an exclusive club with Denzel Washington. You're watching Emmy Award-winning On the Red Carpet.
Another reminder, the Oscars are March 2nd here on ABC. And one of the toughest races to call this year is for Best Lead Actress. With 5 fantastic performances, this one will come down to the wire.
There's been a slight misuse of the substance.
Demi Moore said she was in shock when she won her first career Golden Globe this year for The Substance. Now she's a first-time Oscar nominee as well, playing an aging fitness instructor who goes to extreme lengths to feel younger again.
I think the message of it was so important, and I really felt like this could either work or be a disaster, and sometimes those are the richest and best, moments to really step out of your comfort zone.
Nós vamos sorrir. Sorriam.
Fernanda Torres also won a Golden Globe for her role in I'm Still Here, and now she too is an Oscar nominee for Best Actress.
I'm really, really touched by it, and I never expected. I thought I was so happy already just with the nomination. It's a great, great honor.
Torres is the first Brazilian actress nominated since her mother, Fernanda Montenegro, in 1999 for Central Station. She'll compete for Best Actress with Emilia Pérez star Carla Sofia Gascon, Wicked's Cynthia Erivo, and Honora's Mikey Madison, who won Breakthrough Performance Awards from both the National Board of Review and the Palm Springs Film Festival.
What?
It's fun, of course. It's also overwhelming. I feel a little nervous, but excited.
From time to time, I do act, like we all do.
So are you acting at all during this interview?
Among the Best Actor nominees is Colman Domingo in Sing Sing, telling the true story of a prison theater program with many of the actual former inmates from the program playing themselves.
It's a story of hope. I think it's a story of what happens when you pour love and faith and art into a human being and see what flowers.
Domingo, who was nominated last year for Rustin, is the first back-to-back Best Actor nominee since Denzel Washington in 2017 and 2018.
Hello, this is Donald Trump from Mr. Cohn. Thank you so much.
Donald who?
Sebastian Stan is a first-time Oscar nominee for playing a young Donald Trump in The Apprentice.
I just want to keep doing meaningful work that I think is true and stand behind it.
They'll face the other Best Actor nominees we mentioned earlier, Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, Timothy Chalamet for A Complete Unknown, and Ralph Fiennes for Conclave. For supporting actor, in addition to the previously mentioned Edward Norton for A Complete Unknown and Guy Pearce for The Brutalist, the other nominees include Yura Borisov for Honora.
I'm eager.
Plus Jeremy Strong for The Apprentice.
Admit nothing, deny everything.
There's a lot to understand by looking at Roy Cohn and what he stood for.
Jeremy is a first-time Oscar nominee, as is his former Succession co-star Kieran Culkin, who's nominated for his role in A Real Pain.
We're not at the right station.
And you didn't wake me up.
Oh, you're having such a good nap.
Culkin won the Golden Globe for his role in the film about two mismatched cousins on a Holocaust tour of their grandmother's native Poland.
We completely cut ourselves off from anyone else's true pain.
Why are you doing this?
Oh man, you used to feel everything.
Kieran's scene partner through most of the movie is Jesse Eisenberg, who also wrote and directed the film. Jesse's a nominee as well for Best Original Screenplay.
Coming up,
We're all taking this assignment very, very seriously.
our interview with new Oscar host Conan O'Brien. Can you predict this year's Oscar winners? Go to Oscar.com and play Oscars Pick'em for a chance to win some awesome prizes.
There's not a moment too soon if it's never too late.
Two-time Oscar winner Elton John is nominated again this year for Best Original Song for Never Too Late from the Disney Plus documentary Elton John, Never Too Late. Also nominated are the songs El Mal and Mi Camino from Emilia Pérez, Like a Bird from Sing Sing, and The Journey from The 68888, which was written by Diane Warren. She's now been nominated in this category 16 times, including the last 8 years in a row. Diane's never won a competitive Oscar, but received an honorary award in 2022. This year, they're doing something a little different. The Best Song nominees will not be performed live during the Oscar telecast. Instead, the show will focus more on the song writers and the stories behind their songs. The Oscar ceremony will also honor the city of Los Angeles, the center of the movie industry, which has been devastated by the recent fires, but continues to show its strength and resilience. You can expect some emotional moments for sure. But just like a great movie, the Oscars could have us crying one moment and smiling the next. There's a new Oscar host ready to make us laugh. Comedian Conan O'Brien will host this year's Oscars live March 2nd on ABC. It's his first time as Oscar host, but apparently Conan was a little confused when he got the news.
This is incredible. I've been handed an Oscar. I'm an Oscar winner. It's amazing. Host. Oh, I'm hosting.
Yes.
I'm an Oscar host.
Exactly.
Oh, but do I still get to keep the Oscar?
No.
Oh.
Thank you.
He might not get an Oscar, but Conan will receive this year's Mark Twain Award for American Humor. Meanwhile, he's already started working with his writing team on the Oscars and says because of the fires in LA, what the show looks like this year could become a game-time decision.
I'll credit the Oscar producers who are terrific. They understand the situation. They understand what's happening. They're very sensitive to it. And I think we all obviously are. And so we're working hard to make sure, as I say, that it's the right show for that night.
Conan says many of his own friends and neighbors lost their homes in the fires, and he had to evacuate. He's been living in a hotel. All of what's been going on weighing heavily on what he plans to do on that Oscar stage.
Try to respect the moment and try to do my job, which is to meet the moment, be appropriate, and then I hope elevate in some way, and maybe bring some happiness in the night. And so that's the assignment. It's not the easiest one I've ever had. I may leave the country soon afterwards, but we're all taking this assignment very, very seriously.
Each year, the Oscars also put a spotlight on the year's most outstanding documentaries. And this year, 5 powerful films are nominated for Best Documentary Feature.
I've been trying to find out what happened at St. Joseph's Mission.
Among the nominees is National Geographic's Sugarcane, which investigates the abuse and missing children at an Indigenous residential school in Canada, where director Julian Brave Noisecat's father was born.
It's really nice to be in conversation with so many courageous and artistically brilliant filmmakers.
So honored to be among them and to celebrate filmmakers who have, dedicated their lives to making art out of, very difficult moments in the world.
Other nominated documentaries include Black Box Diaries, a courageous investigation of sexual assault. No Other Land, about the destruction of Palestinian villages by the Israeli military. Porcelain War, which highlights the power of art during the war in Ukraine. And Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat, a thrilling examination of jazz and decolonization during the Cold War.
Up next, the Oscar nominees that should not be overlooked.
I'm anxiety. Where can I put my stuff?
There's no business like small business, sponsored by Hiscox. Here's small business owner and Hiscox customer celebrity hairstylist, Robert Landeros.
I've been doing this for 29 years. I've always been artistic in the fashion side, decorating side, all that stuff, but I look back now and it doesn't feel like work for me. I love what I do, so it just makes it easy to get up every day and say, let's go to work. We're setting trends because they look to the dresses, they look to the glam to see what's next in fashion, what's next in beauty, and that's what we're here to provide, is the next level of beauty for our clients. Me as a small business, being a part of this huge day in Hollywood, the Oscars, it's gonna sound a little cheesy, so bring your crackers. I feel like we're winners too.
Hiscox, we ensure all kinds of small business dreams. From custom mattress makers to posh pet parlors. From dollhouse detailers to candy queens. So what's your dream?
You aren't packed yet? I'm the worst! Well, that's a preview of the next 10 years.
Inside Out 2 was the biggest movie of the year at the box office and the highest-grossing animated film of all time. Now it's among the nominees for Best Animated Feature at the Oscars.
Yes!
The other nominees are Flow, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, and The Wild Robot. The Alien film franchise has twice won the Oscar for Best Visual Effects. The original Alien won in 1980 and the sequel Aliens in 1987. Now Alien Romulus could continue that tradition.
Something in the water.
What do you mean there's something in the water?
I don't know, there's just something in the water.
Alien Romulus went back to the franchise's Oscar-winning roots, mixing traditional practical effects with modern CGI to create something truly terrifying. Another sci-fi adventure, Dune Part 2, is also nominated for Best Visual Effects. There's also Wicked, which featured those flying monkeys, Better Man, which featured a singing ape, plus Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Together, you will die. No, together, strong.
This is the fourth straight Planet of the Apes film to be nominated in the VFX category.
Bend for your king. Never.
Hollywood royalty will be crowned on Oscar Sunday. The Oscars are March 2nd on ABC, hosted by Conan O'Brien. We'll be there interviewing the stars live as they arrive. Be sure to follow us for all the latest Oscar season news. And we'll see you Oscar Sunday on the red carpet.